Yo, YouTube! Welcome back to the Den Den Boys. I'm Garth.
I'm Vaughn.
Together we are the Den Den Boys, and finally we're back in the flesh, dude.
Yes, it's been too long.
Been a lot of videos on my own out there in the world, but we're back.
The Den Den Boy, it's now the Den Den Boys.
Yeah, back in the games room, and we got some games to play. So before we get started today, just a reminder that our goal for 2023 is to hit 1,000 subscribers. We're well above 500. We're loving it. Thank you for all the people who recently subscribed. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, like, and we appreciate you. Thank you. Today we are playing Atomic Robo Kid Special for the PC Engine.
Yes.
Bit of history about the PC Engine game.
Yeah, so it's a port of the arcade title Atomic Robo Kid from Japanese developers UPL. Who we are big fans of because of their other PC Engine game, Gamola Speed.
Yeah, which we reviewed. I think that was probably one of our very first reviews we ever did on the channel, was Gamola Speed. It was very early on in the channel.
Yeah.
And a game we love.
Absolutely. So yeah, when you picked this up in Japan, and we saw it was UPL. So yeah, the game itself is a 1989 PC Engine cue card. Port of the arcade game was 87, 88. And yeah, the PC Engine got its very own sort of special sort of port of the game for the home user. Yeah,
cool. So there you go, there's a bit of history. As per usual, we just talk about how it plays. You can see it on the screen behind us, but a bit about how it plays, and then we talk about what we liked and didn't like about it, and whether we would recommend you go out and grab it. So, how does it play? Well, it's a bit of a mix between a shmup and a sort of platforming side scroller. Like, is that a fair way to describe it?
Yeah, it's kind of a hybrid sort of somewhere between
jack of all trades.
Shmup meets platformer meets
it's a very interesting concept. I mean, there's a lot of variety in the stages. There's obviously some verticality in the shmup stages. The first stage is just a side-scrolling shmup, but yeah, as you progress, there's sort of some maze stages. There's sort of some puzzle stages, I guess you could call it.
Some one-on-one sort of fight stages.
Yeah, the boss fights. There's two sort of boss fights in the game, and one is almost like mini bosses in that there's you versus another robot. In a small little stage, and only one hit to get them, and then they're dead, and that's kind of the mini boss. And then there's these huge sort of mech robots to fight.
Yeah, they fill up the whole screen.
And apparently there's 6 of those. We've seen 3 or 4, I think.
10 or 11.
And they get quite tough. They're no gimmies, that's for sure.
And the stages have an interesting sort of format where there's a portal to exit the level that once you uncover, you can sort of bypass like a mini boss even and just walk to the next stage.
Which is a little bit like Gamola Speed, because I remember in Gamola Speed there was the option to either go through, the regular exit, or to keep battling through the stage to go through, warp zones kind of thing. So they've kind of brought that into this game as well. Did it work well for you? Did you like the gameplay?
Yeah, like we were saying, the PC Engine never ceases to amaze how when you boot up a new game and it just pops on the screen, it's impressive.
When it's a good one. I mean, like every system has its bugs, and I was saying that last night.
But a good PC Engine
when you get a good PC Engine game, you are honestly sort of gobsmacked at how good they are.
Big
like
sprites,
8 bits,
colourful graphics, good soundtrack.
Fills the screen with sprites. The soundtracks are nice. Visually, they always look good.
Responsive controls.
Yeah, 2-button game. And they sort of mix up the gameplay with the different weapons you can collect. So there's different lasers or ammunition you can have.
So you have a health bar, so it's not like one-shot kills. You have a health bar, which is always nice to have in a shmup.
Yeah. And the thing that they try to punish you with when you do die is whatever weapon you're holding at the time of your death, that one gets bumped out of your array of guns that you have, and then you're asked to keep playing with what you got left. You do accumulate them throughout the stage, but so that's the gameplay. Like I said, a mix of a shmup versus a platformer versus some sort of adventure puzzle game, which is really interesting. So I dug it. So that's how it plays. Let's talk about the things that you really liked that stood out. What did you like?
Yeah, I really like the graphics, like the sprite work and the size of the characters and the designs, the enemy
Actually, the design of the enemies was pretty cool.
Like kind of weird, robot needs a brain, sort of with tentacles, and it had some great designs.
Yeah, I mean, going back to the gameplay, I kind of like the mix of the platforming and the shooting, but I also like the idea of mixing up the actual way he moves. So it almost reminded me a bit like Mr. Heli, where he was able to walk on the ground and also fly. Some of the shots had different angles you could shoot at, so it was spread shots, it was laser beams. The challenge was I think for me, one of the things I liked about it was we kind of said that it eases you in for the first 10 stages or something like that, and then it goes, okay, you're ready.
Yeah.
And it ramps up a little bit, but not unfairly.
No,
Nothing you can't handle.
It hooks you in. I think that was clever.
It holds your hand a little bit at the start. Sort of shows you the mechanics and lets you into the game. Whereas some of those arcade ports, when they come, even though they come to a home console, they can just throw you straight in the deep end, die after a couple of stages. Think, well, how am I going to get into this? But they really do give you a chance to get your teeth stuck in the game. So I like that. Negatives? Anything you didn't like about it?
It's only a minor thing, but some of the bosses took a hell of a long time to go down. Like we were saying, they sort of overstayed their welcome a little bit. But hey, it was old school days, but only a minor quibble.
Yeah, I'm probably on the same path as you. I'm always a big fan of a shmup or a game, of any kind of game, where the boss battles have a life bar. No life bar in a boss battle drives me nuts, because you never know how close you are.
You're in the dark.
How much risk reward to go for the extra shot, because you can almost knock them down, or so some life bars would have been nice on some of those boss. I mean, because they do last a long time. You're like, am I doing anything? Am I close? So that would have been my only gripe about the game. Other than that, I didn't have anything to pick on it really.
No.
So there you go. Likes, dislikes. I guess we talk about. Would you recommend going out and grab it? I grabbed a copy for about the 30 or $40, I thought 40 yen mark, so about $45 Australian. So it's not a bank breaker by any means. Would you recommend go out and grab? Atomic Robo Kid?
Absolutely. I think people will be pleasantly surprised that it is likely to exceed your expectations, and I think for what you've spent, there's a solid, well-made game. The guys at UPL are geniuses, so it was in good hands.
I think you would probably have to be a quasi shmup fan to get the most out of it, enjoy it a lot more than most. But I still think anyone can play it. I think
because it's got that hybridy sort of.
Yeah, it's not a pure shmup, and I suck at shmups, but I like them. But this had a little bit of everything for me. It wasn't just purely a shmup, a bullet hell shmup where I could get into the game. So I highly recommend. It was one that was on my list for a long time, and like I said, it's not a bank breaker. So if you're a PC Engine fan like we are,
and the mascot is very, very cool.
It's cute.
This little neck robe with like a little elephant's trunk.
Yeah, almost.
Look crazy.
Anteater or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, really dug it. I'm giving it a thumbs up. I really liked it. So if you're a PC Engine fan or you're a shmup fan, I think it's definitely a must.
You won't be disappointed.
Yeah, cool. Well, there you go. That was Atomic Robo Kid special for the PC Engine. Thanks again for watching the videos. Like we said, smash that subscribe button, like it. We really appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you again for another Den Den Boys video. Peace.